Minneapolis, Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota fended off a well-funded primary challenger on Tuesday, ensuring a clean sweep of re-election fights for the group of first-term Democratic congresswomen of color known as the Squad and sending a message to Washington about the staying power of the party's new progressive voices. Ms. Omar, who made history in 2018 by becoming the first Somali American to be elected to Congress, as well as the first naturalized citizen of African birth and the first woman of color from Minnesota to do so, secured the victory after spending her first 2 years in the Washington spotlight. Her unabashed embrace of left-wing politics has won her loyal followers, both in Minnesota and across the country. She has, however, become a lightning rod for conservatives and has faced criticism from some Democrats, particularly after several episodes in 2019 in which she was accused of making anti-Semitic remarks. In the Deep Blue District, Ms. Omar's primary success on Tuesday virtually assures she will serve a second term in Congress. Early Wednesday, she was leading her chief opponent, Tony Melton Moe, by more than 15 percentage points. In Minnesota, we know that organized people will always beat organized money, Ms. Omar wrote on Twitter. Tonight, our movement didn't just win. We earned a mandate for change. Despite outside efforts to defeat us, we once again broke turnout records. Despite the attacks, our support has only grown. Mr. Melton Moe had received extensive financial support from national groups hoping to see the incumbent ousted. During the second quarter of 2020, Mr. Melton Moe raised 6 times as much as Ms. Omar did, and an analysis from the Minpost showed about 20% of his large dollar donations came with bundling help from pro-Israel political action committees. Mr. Melton Moe also received the endorsement of the Star Tribune, the region's flagship newspaper. But Democrats rallied to Ms. Omar's aid in recent weeks, making bedfellows of progressives such as Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and establishment figures like Speaker Nancy Pelosi. The race was more than a referendum on her first term, and was upended by the 2 factors that have reshaped every facet of political life in 2020, the coronavirus pandemic and the national protests over racial inequality and police brutality that began in May after George Floyd was killed in Minneapolis. The unrest was particularly acute in Minneapolis, where fires and chaos raged for days. One police department precinct was burned to the ground. Ms. Omar and Mr. Melton Moe both emphasized the need for social justice and an end to systemic racism. But Ms. Omar's vision of progressive change went further, as she embraced calls to restructure the police department altogether, diverting money to invest in social services. The virus also forced most of the campaigning inside and online. Some observers thought it could further highlight Mr.